doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you? Good.
Thanks, sir.
City. Oh, it's fine. You can roll.
Got go right now. Got both.
They were buried, yes, sir. You guys fall in back here and let's go meet the rest of them. Sir, my truck. Sir, my name's AC Company Command. Sniper team leader.
Sniper team leader. Great. Cool. Done good work out there.
Hey, sir, this is one of our translators. She goes out with us on a mission teaching from Dearborn, Michigan.
Good.
Sir, if you like, I can bring the soldiers in and all.
Have them fall out.
Get a chance to
Out
talk.
there in the sun.
Okay, fall out, fall in.
Hey, come on. Let's go.
Inside it.
Michigan.
Get a shift down that way so we make room.
So if I don't have to scream it. Yeah, come on in a little bit, Captain. Come on in. What's the Eagle play of the day?
So we give out with the oncoming football season, we kind of give a play of the day out to a special act of valor or an infamous act that's going to stay with us for a while.
Infamous?
We present that out each day, sir.
Most infamous winner here.
Eagle 5 might be in there with.
Eagle 5?
They spent about 6 hours looking for a moss the other night, sir.
Good.
Good training, sir.
Didn't find it, huh?
We did not find it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, guys, real proud of you. You guys are doing a fabulous job out here. I appreciate it personally, all the great work you're doing. I know our Army does, and I know America does. I get to see congressmen at too quick a rate. We've got like 30 some odd of those guys coming through here over the course of the next 30 days or so. We've had the chairman, the deputy secretary of defense, we got the secretary of defense coming in, and other folks. And I'll tell you that once they come into the country, they come out here and take a look at what you all are doing, and they can't help but be impressed. And that's all because of the sacrifices and the work that each and every one of you is doing out here. It is just remarkable. And when you think about what we ask you to do, think of all the sacrifices and the bleeding and the dying that we're doing out here on a daily basis. It really is remarkable, and I have to personally thank each and every one of you for that, and also your families. You know, every one of us has got loved ones back home that's waiting for us to come back. So make sure that you spend a few minutes to send them a note or write them a letter, or you make the phone call and let them know how you're doing. This business isn't getting too much easier with fighting this low intensity conflict. No question, that's what we're doing. And at the same time, we're asking you to do stability operations, which is necessary in order for us to win over the hearts and minds of the Iraqi people. I believe that the people that are out there fighting against us are former regime loyalists. I'm sure you've heard that are absolutely focused on getting back into power in order for them to reestablish the lifestyles and power base that they had before we came in here. But that's not going to happen. And that isn't going to happen because we have made this commitment as a country and as a coalition. And there's no turning back. We're going to be here for a long time. And I think we all know that those of us that stand here today are here for at least a year. That's a given. And we're going to try to meet that commitment as best as we can to ensure that you're not here longer than 1 year. It's a significant challenge for our Army, but that's a commitment that we've made to the force. And the area that you're operating in is the toughest area in the country. It's this triangle. We call it a triangle from Baiji, Bakiba, Baghdad on out towards Al-Qaim, Pit, Haditha. That whole area, about 85–90% of all of our engagements occur here. And just within the last few hours, we had another American killed by an IED. So that's what we're about. That's what you all are about. Must stay focused, must trust your instinct, must ensure that we're disciplined, and that we're a training and a learning organization. Every single day, we've got to learn. We've got to train. We've got to adjust because the enemy's adjusting on us. He's getting better. He's getting more sophisticated. But there's no better army in the world, no better fighting force than you. And if we adjust, if we learn, no question what the outcome's going to be. We'll be able to defeat them. And we're going to defeat them because we don't have a choice. I tell you we don't have a choice because once we made the commitment to come in here and take down Saddam Hussein, we made it, this became the next battle in the global war on terrorism campaign. And if we lose here, we go back to America and we fight in America. There isn't a single one of our loved ones that we want to get embroiled in that kind of a conflict back home. So this is it. As long as we're here, we're going to be fighting. I've stated that we're a terror magnet here. And I made that statement because I believe that fundamentalists and foreign fighters will continue to flow in here to kill Americans as long as Americans are in this neighborhood. But that's okay. We're ready for them. We know we're in a combat zone. That's our business. That's what we sort of defend. Support and defend our Constitution. And that's why we're here. So be ready. And be ready every time you go out the gate. Our Army has a tough problem in rotations and force rotations. That's why our leadership made the decision for us to stay here for a year. And, you know, we're beginning to move people out of here. You know, you all know we ended stop loss and stop move and all that. And if anybody here has orders and you are leaving, don't be too happy about that. Okay, we're going to change divisions because you'll be right back here probably within 6 months for another 1 year stint. Okay? So if you got orders, you might want to get those canceled and stay here and finish out your tour. That way you're guaranteed not coming back right away. All right? So let me open it up for questions, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more at the end. Any questions?
Sir, I was wondering if there was any plans to get more ECUs?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we're by the end of August, we ought to have the third and fourth set out to just about the whole force. They're coming in at about 50,000 a week right now. They have been coming in. There has been a prioritization. What we're doing is we prioritize the units. Those are flowing. Some of the units that have been here for quite a while, we're getting before, have been here before the 4th and before the 1st Armored, we're getting a 10% replacement. Because obviously there's a lot of soldiers that have been operating off of 2 sets longer than those of us standing here. So we were doing some replacement, and then we were issuing 3rd and 4th sets. And so that'll be happening here over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks. That flow has started, has been for a few weeks, and you'll be getting those. What else? Yes, sir.
Sir, about plates, replacement plates. I know a lot of guys on my platoon and team, especially.
Plates, you're talking sacking plates?
Roger, sir.
Yeah.
We need not just replacements, but also initial plates.
Okay.
I was wondering how long, or if possible, we'll
Well,
get those.
we have a shortage of, last number I saw was about 25,000 vests and about 50, and then double that for the plates. And that's the status that we're working with on IBA and SAT. It's coming in slowly, and it's going to take a while before we can get it all distributed and get it issued to everybody that needs it. There are other demands that are beginning to play on the system. That's coalition forces that are coming in. They also have a demand of U.S. body armor. So that's going to take us a while before we can get it fielded to everyone. But we've been working on it for quite a while. What other questions?
So you brought up stop loss and stop movement.
Yeah.
We've had quite a few soldiers leave because of that. And I was just curious, replacements, new soldiers coming in. Are there going to be an increase in number, or?
When we all came in here, most of the divisions that came in here, we came in at about 100 and anywhere from 106 to 110, 112%. And what the Army is doing right now in order to maintain the personnel system at some semblance of reality across the entire Army, they're trying to get the divisions back down to about 100%, maybe just over 100%. And so they have started issuing reassignment orders, PCS orders, for some people that are deployed. So if your strength and those departing were above the 101, 102%, you're not going to get replacements for it. But the Army will try to keep us at about 100, a little bit over 100%. In terms of replacements, all of the units are working to move the replacements from home station and getting them forward to us as rapidly as we can, and that continues. Okay, so there will be a dip if you were fat, if you will. Okay. All right. What else? Nobody's asking questions back here. If you don't ask, I'm going to start asking. Yes, sir.
About R&R time.
R&R time, yes. Okay, there's 3 different levels of R&R. There's your local level inside of the divisions, and those programs are working. I don't know if any of you have been to the division fighter management past program location. And that's for a couple of days. You go back there, relax for a couple of days, and you come back. The second level is a fighter management pass program that is ongoing to Gutter, where you go back there. It's a 4-day program. You stay there actually for I think it's 3 nights, and then return. We're moving 120 a day. In about another 2 weeks, we'll go to 240 soldiers a day, and that's been going on now for about 2 weeks. Has anybody here been on either one of those? No? Okay.
So we've sent fire team to both the Tibet and the Cutter.
And the Cutter,
We had a
okay.
total of 10.
Great feedback on the Cutter trip.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. It's another patch of desert out there, but it's a little bit nicer than the one you own right now. And the last level is the mid-tour leave program. You haven't been going to be here for a year. That program is sitting in the Department of Defense right now. I expect that to get approved and resourced within a couple of weeks. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow soldiers that are, I don't know exactly what the start point is, I think it's between the 4th and 5th month, which all of you qualify for at this point, up until the 10th month to go home on leave for about 10 to 14 days. And your travel time doesn't count until we drop you off at the point, the port of debarkation. And you'll get two choices right now. It's Frankfurt and Baltimore. And then from there, you're on your own. You got to get back to that location, and possibly will be expanded to a location on the West Coast at some point in the near future. But that's kind of what we're working on, and we, like I said, we expect that to happen here fairly quickly. As you can imagine, that's going to require a lot of sourcing in terms of aircraft, because you'll fly. Not sure whether we'll be flying out of Balad or whether we'll actually have to go take you back to Bayab or Kuwait, but we're trying to sort through those details now. But that should start happening fairly soon. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is that not everybody here will be able to take advantage of it, given that we've got this, we've got a force of about 160,000 service members. Well, actually, American, it's about 140 some odd thousand that are sitting here. So all 140,000 service members are not going to get the opportunity to take advantage of it, given that we started it so late. Some units have been here already for 7 months. Some of them have been here for 10 months. Okay, what other questions we got? Yes, sir.
What's the status on other NATO countries coming here to help our cause in Poland?
Yeah. We've got a multinational division that is already sitting down in the south in Basra. It's got nine countries in it, led by the United Kingdom, by England. We have the Polish division that is going to complete their TOA by the 3rd of September, and they will have, if I remember my numbers right, about 20 countries underneath them. They'll have a Polish brigade, they'll have a Ukrainian brigade, and they'll have a Latin American, they call it the Plus Ultra Brigade, which consists of multiple Latin American, Hispanic, Spanish-speaking countries. And we continue to work to try to get either Turkish forces, Pakistani forces, or possibly get a Muslim framework nation, if you will, that will come in here to relieve additional coalition forces that are on the ground. That last group is still in the works and not been defined, but we will have about, I don't know, maybe 40 countries in place with us as part of the coalition by the middle of September. Some of them are in very, very small packets, like platoons. We've got a Macedonian element in Azerbaijan, just a whole bunch of different elements. We don't have as many as we would like. Okay, we really need one more division to come in here and be able to pick up a big swath of Iraq up here in the north. We will not have, other than these little packets that are inside some of the divisions, we don't have a major formation north of Baghdad.
Germany and France have decided to be part of this?
No. From my standpoint, we'll gladly take it. Okay. The issue is strategic, level politics, and all that stuff. But from us being soldiers on the ground, we'll take any force that's willing to come in here and help us out. Okay, other questions? Yes, sir.
Sir, NCOES schools, I know there's a couple people in my platoon who have been in their same rank for a while. Myself, I've been about a year and a half, B5 without going to PLDC.
Yeah.
Is there, you know anything about going back? You know that?
Well, I know something about him. I know what guidance I gave. Okay. We've been talking that issue for a couple months now. The challenge we have is crystal clear at your level. Is if you leave as a leader, who replaces you while your soldiers are fighting? Okay, that's our challenge here on the ground. And so what I've stated as kind of very broad overarching guidance is that where we can, we'll work to get soldiers back for NCOEs. But it is absolutely dependent on the maneuver commanders to make those decisions based on their mission requirements. My first priority is to keep you all alive here and keep every soldier alive and accomplish our mission here. Okay? And I know that will have a tendency to disadvantage some people, but that's our business. When we're given a mission, we've got to make sure we got the best here to accomplish it. Okay. Now we are working the education systems to try to get education centers in here, get those established so that everybody can take advantage of them. That's going to take us a little bit of time, but we're working that piece. There is pressure to get soldiers back to NCOES because, as you can imagine, with five divisions forward deployed just in this country alone, our NCOES system is kind of struggling with their class sizes. Okay, and that's a challenge back then. All right, what else? This is your opportunity, guys. Don't.
Yes, sir.
You got it.
I've had a number of my soldiers come up for promotions. They've been recommended by myself, my company level, and also just through time and service. I have a PV2 here who should have been PFC 3 months ago, and it's been brought up. But just is the system starting to crank through with them, or is it a higher level issue? It's problems we've been seeing that we can't get these guys up on the over merit list.
I am not aware of a problem with promotions. That's got to be something that maybe there's some sick first problem or some obscure problem out there that's keeping you from promoting your young soldiers. But we ought to be able to work our way through that.
So we got a list of the folks that are backdated a couple months that we're working. It's a Windows-based program through the internet. We have some folks back with that internet capability back in Anaconda, but not much out here. Actually,
now I do know that we just shifted our personnel system from went to the super server, and that's created a bunch of problems. We've got a whole bunch of units, like the entire COSCOM is not in the database. So we're working our way through that major transition there in software systems and in computer systems and capabilities. So that may be part of the problem, because we had to go into a black hole for about 30 to 45 days to make that transition where it was all manual. And then now we stood it up, turned it on, I think it was on the 1st of August or the first week of August, and now it's got a whole bunch of problems in it, so that may be what accounts for the challenge.
So all those shortcomings are removed.
Okay, but you'll be taking care of your soldiers, because we've got to get it promoted, especially after what you guys are doing out here. Okay, what other questions we got? None? Okay, then this whole business is about instincts. It's the instincts that the leadership builds in us as soldiers, and your instinct is right. Okay, you got to trust it. When you're out there, you're dead tired, you're in the middle of a firefight. Trust your instinct. If it tells you to do something, believe it. That's how good our training system is. We put you through the CTCs, we put you through AARs, we put you through embarrassing situations in training and tough situations in training to build that instinct so that you can react when you're dead tired, you're in the middle of a firefight, you're scared because when we fight, that adrenaline gets flowing, that overcomes some of that fear, but it's there. You got to work your way through it. You got to accomplish your mission, and your instinct is to get you through it. Okay, that's the first thing. Trust me. Your discipline, your training, your taking care of soldiers, soldiers taking care of soldiers. Those are absolutes in our business. You can't walk away from that. That's what keeps us alive. And that's what builds the bonds in an organization. So you got to work that every single day. And when you talk about discipline, when you talk about complacency, I'm talking about us, the leaders, and every soldier, making sure that you're in the right uniform, that you've done your PMCS, and that you're prepared to fight every time you go out that gate, no matter where you're going, or what you're going to go do. And shame on you if you're a leader and you allow your soldiers to do anything less. You don't want that kind of responsibility, and you don't want that kind of a burden for the rest of your life if one of your soldiers gets killed because of your failure. Okay, I sure don't. And sometimes it's going to be very hard, very difficult when you've just come back from patrol, you're dead tired, and you got to go do it again. You got to put on your flak jacket, you got to put on all your LBV stuff. You got to carry all that weight, put on your helmet, put it on properly, get on your NVGs, and you're going to go back out the gate, and it's going to be easy for you to say, no, this is too hard. Let me leave this behind. Can't allow it. Can't allow it. Okay. God bless you guys. I appreciate all your hard work.
So we go right in here.
Okay, great. God bless you.
Intelligence, personnel. We need two, so we got an officer. That's my ops officer, sir. Okay.
You heard him say intelligence, not intelligent.
There's two. Yes, sir. Two for one.
Yeah.
2 for 1.
Right, that's right. All right, sir.
So we're going to do this quite rapidly. So we're little hearts. Taxes for rewards. Key is highway 1, LSA, loud. I'll go through the threat piece real quick. Just briefly, Saki, that one is the major urban area, 90,000 pro sheet in there. Definitely inside of the development area. Outside here, we have some of those Sunni drives. Some violence have been created. Saki is a Sunni pro band, very well off. Senior commander. Very rural, very uneducated by and large, and for folks that we have a tax on. Initially, there was RPGs and IEDs. Last IED attack was 5 nights ago, right there. Before that, an RPG attack about 12 days ago, right there. So kind of just spread out, but just my area of there's the possibility were earlier, again, another pro bath, well off, senior planner, funder type of area. That's actually what was the heart of the strike. Three main tasks: secure Highway 1, my area of operation there. Not just me having a job. That's a division task. Brigade task, just to eliminate and destroy the cars that fired at the same time. We showed you the 1, 2, 3, 4 working classes. Sir, sometimes we find them just laying in a tomato patch where they've obviously fired and they've hurried off with no time, especially if we get air out fast. Or some we've actually found buried to the ground.
We have to use the mine detectors. That's what, that seems to be right now. Is mine.
SOP is everything good. Q36 in with each company's got 4 mine detectors. Just in case it's hard for us. So it just goes through it until we find it. And then mine task is really just provide a secure and stable environment for about it. This is the district seat, which covers all of this. Like I said, it's 200,000 people total in the AO, 90,000 in the urban area here. And down here, Saki, Yethra, and Delia, which all report to provide representatives to the Cal District Council. I'll cover through. Just these are the networks we've established in our AO. This is an outline of the border shots. The ones that we have installed, we found all those mortars. The ones that are still circled, we still believe in it. Finds it the first time around. So it's kind of on a rotation basis.
So is that where you didn't get, or those are the ones more?
Those are the ones that weren't constructed. All of them. They actually use it for able to get. We work out with them. That's why color coded yellow. This is kind of the current wall of fame. This adjusts routinely. But Casa has been involved in regime crimes in and around the AO. This fellow here is we found 20 odd weapons buried out of his backyard. No, yeah, he was out in Yethra, so he was an executor.